Okay. And you talk about the Clemson culture. Of course, that's going to be on display this weekend for another junior day with 11 key candidates, prospects on campus.
Yeah, this is a big weekend coming up for Clemson. 11 priority, what I would consider priority targets for the 2023 class, kind of really start getting into the 2023 group now. And of those 11, 7 of them were defensive linemen. And Clemson's going to have a very good haul of defensive linemen in 2023 because they're going to lose a lot. They haven't signed but one tackle in the last 2 classes. They've only got 1 defensive end in this class, only took 2 last class. So they're gonna have to hit on some guys in this class and some very talented guys too. This weekend you got Keldrick Falk, Derek LeBlanc, Darren Reed, Kelby Collins, Vic Burley, Peter Woods, and KJ Sampson, all supposed to be on campus, all defensive linemen. Collins is a guy that I watched work out at camp last year. And, he's from Alabama, just like Peter Woods is from Alabama. Those are probably going to be guys that are hard to pull out of that state. But there's a lot of talented defensive linemen in the state of Alabama this cycle. And Nick Saban's not going to be able to sign them all. So there's going to be some left over. Other guys that's going to be there, offensive lineman Sam Pendleton, linebacker Grayson Howard, and like I mentioned earlier, quarterback Chris Vazina is going to be on hand, the only quarterback that's supposed to be there. I know offensive lineman Luke Montgomery was originally scheduled to come, had to scratch that, and he pushed that visit back to the spring, so he'll be on campus sometime in the spring.
So you highlight the defensive line prospects there. That could be the best position on the team this year in 2022. And then if they don't get to work and pull some of these guys in, it could be a trouble spot for 2023 because we're looking at obviously 2 enormous talents in Tyler Davis and Brian Bresee, most likely moving on after this year. Anybody else in that mix that's probably gone after 22?
You're looking at the whole defensive line probably being gone, not just the interior. I would say chances are pretty good that Miles Murphy would be NFL bound after his junior year. We know Xavier Thomas will be gone. Like you just mentioned, Tyler Davis, Brian Bresee. I think the chances are pretty good. Ruka Rojo could be gone after next season, even though he's not even really a starter, but he plays a lot, contributes a lot. Possible he could come back. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But yeah, Clemson's going to have to replace a lot of guys. Also defensive end KJ Henry. So there's going to be a mass exodus of guys after next season along that defensive line. Definitely got to restock, so to speak, in this 2023 class. I've said it on more than one occasion. I think this is a very critical class for Clemson going forward. And I think the coaching staff knows that too. And just judging by the number of offers and the pursuit they're putting on after some of these guys, they're not zeroing in on just one guy or 2 guys. They've kind of widened the net a little bit. And I'm pretty confident in Clemson's ability to hit on a lot of these guys. They're not going to hit on them all, of course. Like I said, Peter Woods, Kelby Collins, those are 2 guys. Those would be the two of the guys at the top of my list, wish list. But they're going to be hard to pluck out of Alabama. But guys like Darren Reed, Derek LeBlanc, Keldrick Falk, and KJ Sampson, those are all guys that if they're not on the same level with those other 2, they're pretty dang close.